far more fierce in the Inter 80 group as we join them now in their 5th race. And look out for the favourite number 77, Roy Wells. Also number 22 on the Kawasaki, Carl Nunn, and number 5, James Payton. And it's Wells in the pink helmet that leads away. Let's join race commentator Peter to take us through this.
Roy Wells taking that early lead. Looks like 22 in second spot, Carl Nunn. As the rest of the pack follow through. Puffs of dust now coming up from this track, despite the torrential rain during the evening. That's Carl Nunn, 22. 22 has gone into the lead, Carl Nunn from Roy Wells. The battle certainly on between these two lads and number 5, James Payton, for the overall win this weekend. But Carl Nunn, obviously the conditions suiting Carl more today. The rest of these 80cc bikes, these lads between 10 and 11 years old. Roy Wells looking as though he's coming under some pressure now. Carl Nunn in first, coming on that uphill step. Then it's 77, Roy Wells. Following the third spot man, that's number 10. That's John Radford. John hasn't had such a good weekend, but certainly this weekend, this race, he's got the start. So 1, 2 and 3 all in the frame there. It's Nunn from Wells. Nunn has a little stutter, but Roy Wells is in exactly the same rut and he just can't get past him. From number 10, John Radford. John Radford also from the Somerset area. But Carl Nunn again stretching his lead as they hit the dirt bike straight at the top there. Colourful banners behind them. That's Nunn, number 22, Team Green Kawasaki. From Roy Wells, 77, and number 10, John Radford. Good shot there of the leading trio going through. Carl Nunn. Oh, Roy Wells, where did he get that power from? Carl Nunn was asleep. Wells just flew past him like a Ferrari. But he's riding a Honda. So I wonder if Nigel Mansell could emulate that sort of overtaking maneuver. Where did that boy get the speed from? That was amazing that 77 Roy Wells should shoot back into the lead like a catapult. So fabulous. And he's pulled 10 yards on Nunn. Nunn must have gone to sleep. Really was. That's the first 3 right down in the bottom edge there of the track. As they approach the berm, hits the dust. They're on this uphill jump. Nunn goes to the right. He pulls away from the wheel tracks of Wells. There's 1, there's 2, there's number 3. That's number 10, John Radford. And number 5 in 4th position, James Payton. He's going to tail that group. Now this is where the action is, this Inter 80 group. Oh, John Radford hits the dirt, the back end swings wide, he loses yards. Payton's on his back door now. That's number 5 on the blood red Honda, James Payton. James comes from the Oxford area. It's still Wells, number 77 on the Honda. Then it's Carl Nunn Kawasaki from Radford Kawasaki. As we see the rest of the chasing pack going down these downhill steps, looping round and back up towards the finish line. But we've got the leaders in our sights. That's the first 4. Some fabulous close racing from these lads. Getting the power down earlier. Roy Wells really fighting back. Nunn's got the inside, but Wells shuts the door on that corner. Doesn't allow now Nunn to get inside of him. There's Payton. He's bringing up 3rd spot. Radford in 4th. Countley number 15 in 4th spot. Still Wells. Now Wells was so quick over this far straight. This Bova straight where Wells shot past Nunn. It was terrific. The way he did that overtaking maneuver. More like Formula 1. There's Nunn, 22. He's not letting Wells get away from him. He's dropping lower than Wells though. He's lost a bit of speed. Up in through the far kink. There's Paynton. There's John Radford. They're into the Honda turn. They're going to drop along that ledge, square up on the right-hand corner, and onto the uphill steps for what's going to be one of their last times. It's 7-7, it's 2-2, and it's 5. It's Wells, Nunn. Paynton's making a challenge on Nunn. Paynton's certainly coming into the frame now. Perhaps Nunn's getting a bit tired. They're going to get the last lap flag this time. 77, and he's going to take the last lap flag, so he's got one lap to go. He jumps into the frame, up before the double horseshoe. Oh, he shoots round that one like a bullet out of a gun. Double 7 of Roy Boy Wells. He's holding off Carl Nunn, number 22. Carl Nunn was certainly the favourite before the weekend, but these three lads, 77, 22 and 5, certainly either one of these three can take the overall win at the end of 2 days hard racing. This track is really cutting up now, getting very rough. It's pitching these bikes all over the place. The lads have got to look the smoothest line. You can throw a blanket over these three lads. The back marker moves over. He says, hey, I'm not getting tangled up with that. He even bobbled with the wind. Double 7, fluorescent pink helmet of Roy Boy Wells. He shot into the lead on that back straight from Carl Nunn, 22, Team Green Kawasaki. These 80cc bikes certainly emulating their older, bigger 500cc counterparts. You wouldn't see any exciting racing in the World Championships than you're seeing here today. Certainly these three lads are producing some mature racing that one would expect from the Grand Prix scene. But after all, this is their Grand Prix. This is their British Championship. All the work and all the effort put in by the organisers is for the benefit of these lads. They're on the uphill steps. They're on the last section of the track now. Oh, Paynton's up in a second. Number 5's moved into second place. No, he's relegated Nunn to third. It's all in the last corner. Wells is there. Paynton there. Nunn's going around the outside of them both. He hits the dirt. He's back into second spot. Wells takes the win from Nunn, from Paynton and Cownley. Oh, what a fabulous race.
Well, the young Kawasaki pilot from Cambridge, Carl Nunn, went on to win race 6. Even points between Wells and Nunn. But the overall result went to Wells by virtue of his overall 2-day results. Carl Nunn hung on to second place despite pressure from the Oxford-based youngster, Young.